carpets, turn down. Then she avoids meeting us as a family.
Do you have any idea how much money I've invested?
I'm the one who changed her nappies. You can't touch me. Ready to go.
In October 2025, Almasi Collaborative Arts was proud to present the first edition of the African Voices Now Festival, a celebration of African dramatic writing, which premiered 3 brand new Zimbabwean plays. The Return by Rudo Mutangadura, Can We Talk by Batsirai Chigama, and These Humans Are Sick by Tatenda Muchkambizi. But the African Voices Now Festival did not magically appear fully formed. The festival is the culmination of Almasi's decade-long mission to develop new Zimbabwean theatre.
Almasi has, for the past 13 years, been investing in the dramatic arts sector in Zimbabwe, training actors, directors, stage managers, playwrights, throughout various intensives, workshops, and our stage readings.
For the playwrights, the journey began in December 2024, when their plays were selected for development in the annual Almasi African Playwrights Conference, a 2-week intensive playwriting workshop.
When I came into the process, I had the 15 pages. It grew during the Playwrights Conference to 53 pages. And then from what was at the Playwrights Conference, it's been a long journey.
I am happy that we've come this far and we've been working hard, and I'm happy that we're here.
What Almasi is trying to do hasn't been done in Zim before, like workshopping a play the whole year. So in that process, there's a lot of rigor and a lot of hard work and a lot of changes. And so you have to be willing to adapt to these changes day by day, week by week. So it has been long.
We believe in process. A lot of times people are like, you guys do a lot of process. Because process is everything. It's what allows something to stand the test of time. I learned that my own training in the United States, and that's what I'm trying to also bring home through this work.
From here, the playwrights were invited to a week-long writing retreat in March. And in July, their plays then underwent a 12-day rewriting masterclass with Lynn Nottage, a 2-time Pulitzer Prize winner and one of America's best-known playwrights.
I think the part that I really appreciated the most was the workshop we did with Lynn Nottage. Meeting Lynn Nottage is an amazing thing, so let alone having her interact with your work was such an amazing experience, and I really am appreciative to Almasi for that.
All of us have different ways of writing. So I think the workshops that we did were so very helpful in trying to make us understand the sort of writers we can be rather than the writers we already are.
The next stage of this journey was a series of intensive workshops on directing with Emily Mann, acting with Peter Francis James, and stage management with Miranda Michalajczak, which prepared the plays for public performance.
This process has been one big masterclass. It was a collaborative process, so you get also to understand other departments and how they feed onto the big story, not just in terms of directing, but also in terms of understanding the whole medium of theatre.
Getting to get more depth of what a stage manager does, what do you do, what's expected of you, that was really enlightening and really great. It opened up my mind as to I can literally do this even if it's not theatre.
There are things that you wanted from your husband that he could not do.
You think money takes the shape of a loving husband?
But while the festival plays have been part of this year-long development process, the African Voices Now Festival is in a sense the culmination of more than a decade of work by Almasi in developing Zimbabwean theatre, and is a testament to the Almasi motto of Kudzidza hakuperi, or learning never ends.
At this point, does it now clock Kuti you are being used by?
Africa Voices Now is really the celebration of the coming together of 2 phases of Almasi. Our first phase, and which we've lived by 13 years quite dedicatedly, is Kudzidza hakuperi. Learning never ends. It takes a long time to build up a play, to build up a craft. So we've been really quietly working that way with the idea of Kudzidza hakuperi. We are a teaching institution. But phase 1 meets phase 2 with Africa Voices Now. Phase 2 is bringing the African narrative to the global stage.
We have moved on to the next phase of our training, which is now we're training people by doing. So it's like now you have the knowledge, now you have a deeper understanding of your craft. Can you do it? It can be theoretical and all, but you can only learn more about your own abilities and your own grasp of the craft by the doing.
As work began and rehearsals proceeded with the actors, directors, and playwrights, Almasi turned its attention to the work of designing sets for the 3 plays.
We recognize that there isn't anyone training set designers in Zimbabwe. So we put out a call and we got the amazing Lisa Yanga, who designed the set for all the 3 plays.
Originally from South Africa, Lisa Yanga brought her expertise to the project, creating remarkable set designs while mentoring the next generation of Zimbabwean set designers.
Going over this wall here is just going to give us that extra safety.
As opening night drew near, nerves and excitement mounted.
Today is the opening of Can We Talk? It's opening the festival, and I'm so excited.
I've been waiting for this for a year, so I think I'm excited to see how it looks from page to stage, so I can't wait.
This is the Africa Voices Now Festival. Let's give it up for Hope Masike!
The festival opened in a vibrant ceremony, which blended theatre, music, and visual arts, and attracted a diverse and engaged audience of old and new faces. Officially opened by Danai Gurira, Zimbabwean-American actor, writer, and the co-founder and executive artistic director of Almasi, the festival kicked off with Batsirai Chigama's Can We Talk?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Almasi's inaugural Africa Voices Now Festival.
This is really, really special because it is a time where the work we've been doing for the last 13 years starts to come to life for a larger audience. So we're sharing the works of 3 fantastic voices. These are works in process, but they are works perfect in spirit. Let's give it up, please, for Batsirai Chigama.
Our sister is refusing to be buried. The undertaker has been trying for hours to move the coffin from the
Look, Marianne, I'm trying to help you here. You know you don't have the means to take care of Mama, especially in this economy.
For you to go overseas is because I fought a battle on this knees. Mama is staying with me. He's staying with me. Just imagine the kind of devotion that this man will give you if you give him a son. Hallelujah. Yeah. I am just doing the Lord's work.
People need someone like me to give them bread. Real bread. What do you offer them? The bread of life.
Audiences responded enthusiastically to the work, which promised a very Zimbabwean take on the human condition.
Death is a very sensitive subject, so how do you navigate knowing which information to put and which one to safeguard?
I think that was really clever in terms of your creative process to bring sound in as another almost a character in a play.
Almasi has always been a teaching institution. Because of this, a number of performances were set aside for schools' audiences, and students were encouraged to think deeply about the work.
Do you think that as Africans, there's some sort of discourse between who we are, which ultimately is what freed sound in the end, at the confines of Western society, which dictates so much of what we do?
In terms of production, your intention with the production, why you use, for example, I guess you could say a simple set where things didn't change very often, and even with the storytelling.
The play was, it was amazing.
It made me think a lot.
This was an experience to remember. I watched a great play. I even cried during the play.
To mark the close of this important milestone in Zimbabwe's theatre journey, writers, directors, cast and crew celebrated the success of the festival in style. For Almasi, the road to the inaugural African Voices Now festival has been long and hard, but at the same time, deeply rewarding.
So it's not just for the artists who are taking part in the festival in terms of it being a learning platform. It's also a learning platform for us as Almasi.
We're learning every minute of this, how to do it better and more efficiently next time. But we would love to make this a mainstay event on the Harare scene and open it up in a more international way in the future.
The festival marks yet another milestone in the development of a flourishing theatre industry here in Zimbabwe, and indeed the continent as a whole.